Welcome to Mind a Major. I am C Major. First and foremost, I would like to say rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, as well as the 7 other victims that perished in Sunday's helicopter crash. I will have to say that I'm not the biggest sports fan, but I was a fan of the man himself, his character. And if we take nothing else from the tragedy Sunday, tell someone close to you that you love them. Let them know today, because tomorrow is not promised to anyone. And I extend my heartfelt and deepest condolences to all of the families involved. And I like to go on by saying, what's up, Mind a Major family? I'm going to start off by saying some names of a few new family members. First, we have special. This is a special sub. Lakeisha King. She's a special sub because Lakeisha King happens to be the 50th sub to the Mind of Major family. Big shout outs to you, Lakeisha. We also have Kennard Johnson, Tony, Mr. Let Me Critique It. That's an inside joke. And Super Green 81. Last video I posted was kind of dark. I had some things that was going on, medical issues. But I'm happy to say today that I went in for my results and I happen to be cancer free. So with that being said, let's live, let's get it. And also, no more dry videos. Also, I have to say, excuse me, first and foremost, but I have to say rest in peace to a couple of friends that I grew up with. Speaking, as I'm on the subject of health, like to send some rest in peace shout outs to homeboys that I grew up with. VA, his brother Cecil, and Andre. Rest in peace, friends. I see you at the crossroad. And that brings us to a situation as we get up in age, we have to be vigilant about taking care of our health. Very vigilant about it. Because as black men, we tend not to have checkups. It is what it is. We tend not to have annual checkups as much as we should. But we need to start doing that. You have to take care of yourself. But as you can see from the title of the video, Sunday I had quite the experience. Quite the experience, to say the least. Okay? Now, the subject matter in which I'm speaking on today I had been asked to cover this actual subject, but I didn't really want to report on it because it was something that I just because I felt as though you can't let a few bad apples spoil the whole bunch. Okay, but what happened Sunday was just totally inappropriate. Totally inappropriate. It was showed that this person had a very huge lack of character in itself. It showed cowardness to the utmost. And what I'm talking about is, I'm not going to put this officer's name out there simply because there's going to be court related situations going on after this. And I don't want it to be said that I threw his name out there on the internet and this, that, and the third. But I will say, for those that might be vigilant enough, if you do your due diligence, I'm more than certain you could find out who exactly it is I'm speaking of. And who I'm speaking of is Baltimore's own Barney Fife. Yes, Mayberry had one, and I found out Sunday that Baltimore has one of his own. Yes, Baltimore indeed has its very own Barney Fife. Episode starts. I'm taking my mom, my aunt, my sister, and my niece to church Sunday morning for 11 o'clock services. 11 o'clock services, right? Now, mind you, you're talking about middle-aged women, except for my niece. Now, as I'm traveling, I end up in a parking lot, right? I end up in a parking lot. But as I'm exiting this parking lot, I can see the officer sitting across the street in a so-called covert position. That's what I'm quite sure he put on his report. In a covert position. And as I'm sitting there waiting to merge back into traffic, I notice the flow of traffic that's going past. Because I'm saying to myself, he's sitting there, he's going to pull somebody over. He's trying to pull somebody over. So I'm seeing cars as they go past. And in my mind, I'm saying to myself, I'm trying to pick out the car that he's likely to pull over. And I see quite a few cars go past that with male subjects in it. With male subjects in it, and actually more than one male subject. And it surprised me that they actually rode past him and he didn't jump behind them and jump into action and get behind them and turn his lights on and do his thing. So I was like, well, maybe he's just chilling. Maybe he's having coffee, right? I get my chance to merge into traffic. What do you know? Soon as I pass this officer's vehicle, with my passenger side facing him, his total visibility is on my passenger side of my vehicle, which he can clearly see my aunt, my middle-aged aunt in the front seat, my middle-aged mom in the back seat, seated right next to her, my sister and my niece seated next to her. Practically a car full of women. Practically a car full of women. What does this officer do? He springs into action. Lights and everything. Lights and siren. I'm saying to myself, no, you're not. No, you're not. So I pull over, and as you can imagine, I'm heated. I'm heated. First thing Sunday morning, taking my people to church. I'm heated. So you can imagine my vernacular at the time. I pull over. And as he exits his vehicle, he's approaching him. He's approaching my driver's side of my car, getting himself together, hiking his pants up into his crotch in a manner that looked extremely painful. And I'll say to you, officer, with me just experiencing a cancer scare, you might want to ease up on your fellas, if you know what I'm saying. But back to what I was saying. He approaches my driver's side of my car. Now, my mom, middle-aged aunt, middle-aged, everything that goes on, they're not, you know what I mean, oblivious to the things that they see on the news constantly about people being shot by officers for no reason and so on and so forth. So immediately they're telling me, make sure you put your hands on the steering wheel so you can see your hands. And, you know, they're pretty much being traumatized at the moment, because they're thinking like, why is he pulling the car over full of women? So I had my hands on the wheel. I rolled the window down partially. He gets to the vehicle, and instantly he starts to establish dominance. Or so he thinks. Give me your license and registration. So what I do is I say, no, give me a reason why you're pulling me over. This is how this starts. I pulled you over because you don't have a front tag. I say, no, that's where you're wrong. I do have a front tag. It's sitting right there in the window. Well, you don't have a tag? No, I do have a tag. It's right there in the front window. Well, I pulled you over because you don't have it on the car. Can I get your license and registration? Of course, like I say, I'm heated because out of all the vehicles that passed you, all the vehicles, you picked this vehicle. Probably the less threatening vehicle of them all that went past you to actually pull over. Crime fighting at its best. Right? So I give him my license and registration and everything. No problem. Because I know my vehicle is paid for. My insurance and everything is valid. So there's no problem there. He goes back to his vehicle, runs my plates and so on and so forth. Now, do you know that this officer actually came back with a ticket? Actually came back with an actual citation. Came back to the car. Well, I'm giving you a citation for not having, his exact words were, I'm giving you a citation for not displaying your registration. Sir, first and foremost, you said you pulled me over for not having a tag. Let me enlighten you. A registration is a piece of paper. A tag is metal. I told you guys already. Baltimore's own Barney Fife. So when I take the ticket, I'm staring at him because I just can't believe he's actually giving me a citation. And my people are like, just take it, don't say nothing, don't. And so I asked him, I said, excuse me, is your video camera still running? And he said yes. So what I said to him was, do you mind if I ask you a question? He said no. So I said, with the city having over 340 something murders for last year, are you totally fulfilled in doing your job, doing your part? Sitting here, pulling over car full of middle-aged women on their way to church to issue a citation. Are you fulfilled, officer? Now, I remind you guys, I asked him, I actually asked him. He said yes, so I asked him the question. Officer Barney Fife didn't even want to answer my question. He simply said, you have a nice day, and walked off. And as he walked off, once again, he adjusted those pants up in his crotch in a manner that I've never even seen Mike pull on his pants that hard. You know, either this guy is a masochist and he gets off on putting pressure on the fellas, applying pressure to the fellas, or simply he has no balls. And I'm tending to think, how did I tend to think of it? I think it's maybe the latter. But as he walked away, I sat there and I watched him in the mirror as he walked away. And like I said, he had his pants hiked up so high you could see his about at least 2 to 3 inches of his socks. And the first thing, my mind just drifts off a lot, and I tend to think of the silliest things, and the socks and the shoes. I just knew he was going to stop midway to his car, bust a spin, and moonwalk the rest of the way to the patrol car. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. But I'm saying this to say, with all the crime that goes on in our city, this is our taxpayer dollars at work. I can only say that if he has a son, and if you're just happen to be the son of Baltimore's own Officer Barney Fife, I feel for you, son. I honestly feel for you, because I know back when I was in school and having a dad that was an officer, I had a friend whose father was a police officer, and he used to come in and he used to tell us stories and stuff about what his father did at work. So I can imagine him coming home from work and his son being excited. My dad's a crime fighter. And he comes in and his son, hey, Dad, how was work today? What did you do today? Did you lock up any bad guys? And I can imagine what he says to his son. Yeah, son, I locked up a lot of bad guys. Because you know he's not telling him the truth. He's not going to go in there and tell his son, yeah, son, I did my part. I wrote 10 citations today. I'm about to trade my gun in and just be a meter maid, son. I'm out there making a difference. You guys, get your boy. Get your boy. And I didn't really want to go in like that, because there are a lot of people that actually wear that uniform, who actually wear it with pride and actually do the job as it is supposed to be done. But then you have those who are just a total disgrace to the uniform. And it has to come a point in time rather, where you're going to just have to stop and get it right. And at a time where you have officials saying, oh, we need more police officers. Why do we need more police officers to write tickets? $350 murders? Forget about that. I want you guys to come back in here with empty ticket books. What are we doing? What are we doing? Look, y'all. I had to let you guys know, man. I didn't really. This guy just made. I had to do this video and speak on this guy, and actually speak on him, guy. I really wanted to put him out there, but I didn't want to put him out there because, like I said, I'm definitely not paying that ticket. I'm hoping that he actually shows in court and presents the video, you know. But I just had to let you guys know that Baltimore has his own Barney Fife. Probably a cousin or something. I should have asked him, was his family from Mayberry? Then again, I wonder. But that probably would have got me shot, though. Because I was just sitting here thinking about, what was that? Who was the comedian that was talking about Barney Fife? Barney, you know you ain't got no bullets in that gun. Ain't no bullets in that gun. Oh, man. Life is good, y'all. Enjoy it while you can. And always remember, great minds think alike. And we got something in common. And that's Mom. So till next time, don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, share. This your boy C Major, and I'm out of here.